just a wave, that smile. If you could get him to smile, that was a challenge. That was always Jackson's challenge. But when he did, it was the most beautiful smile you've ever seen. I couldn't get him to do it. I couldn't get him to do it very often, but every once in a while we could. Charles was a quiet man sometimes. He had a very, something like that. He had a very loud voice, as you know, but his soul was super quiet. If you've seen on Facebook, obviously all the comments that came when we announced this, it took me a long time to get through those personally. I'm sure if you read all those, it's extremely overwhelming. There was a massive theme to those. Once I got about halfway through, I was able to pick up on a theme that he was the most genuine, lovable, kind person that I think I've ever met. And I didn't think about it until after he's gone. That's the hard part, is that I was talking to someone yesterday, and they seem earth ashamed that we don't, at the time, go up to people and say, I want to say thank you. So at the time, for one, thank you all for being here today. You all are wonderful people. If you've known Charles, you're obviously a wonderful person. So this is just overwhelming as a whole. But as Charles has been working in our gym for 17 years. I joked with him before he started, and I kind of said, you should come work at the gym. And lo and behold, he walked in the door. Kind of the way he was. And then quietly, I learned about all these different relationships he has with all of you, and actually in the last 2 weeks, that he had a specific touch to each person that none of us knew about. And hopefully today, some of you all will share that specific bond that you had. I cannot tell you how many different stories I've heard and how special they are to each person. So if you would share in a little bit that story, I think it helps everyone else. Because I can tell you right now, there is a massive void if you walk across the street. Over here, it's not felt as much, and I'll know people that are not. But if you walk over there, in your heart, and everywhere, there is a void that I can't explain. I think you'll understand it. I haven't accepted it yet. I think it's going to walk in the door and do this corner below, the Superman pose, tricep curl. You're going to go up to a young man randomly and make them shake their hand. One of my favorite things that he ever did. There's a teenager, he made them show him and others respect. He taught people how to handshake. He taught people just be kind. So, eye contact is a big one too. Eye contact made you look you in the eye. And if my man brought Dunkin' Donuts into the gym, you were going to eat one. He would walk around with the donut holes, and he would go to every person. What, am I not good enough for you? You're going to eat a donut hole. So please have a donut hole. There's tons of food in there. And I just have a little personal story that I wanted to share before we move further. After 3 weeks ago tomorrow, believe it or not, that was a bad day, as you all know. Understatement. That obviously I need to find someone to work. I hadn't dealt with it. And I walked in the gym, it was Tuesday, and I said, I know why I hadn't thought about this. No one knew this. Carlos was the first person I would go to when I'm hiring someone. He was that confidant, and I would just say, hey, what do you think about so-and-so? What do you think about so-and-so? You're right. Sometimes I didn't listen. But that happens. But that was our connection. And he would just give me a nod. He would never explain it. He would just give me a nod. He was like, hey, we're a good one. He'd come up quietly and just realized, I was like, that's the joy that I have with that, and also seeing him every single day he walked in that gym. And on that Friday morning, him not being there at 8 o'clock just fine, we knew something was wrong. Something wasn't right. We felt it, and so obviously we know what happened. We have a couple things just thankful. There's tons of food. If you want to go across the street, hang out more, the patio on that side and that side is available. So, yeah, but before we do, we have one item that I was given today. I haven't opened this yet, by the way. Just to be a challenge. Yeah, you're gonna help me hold it. Yeah, helping you. So this was made today. I'm assuming was finished up today. This will be hanging. Oh, got it upside down. Got it upside down. Thank you, Tammy. So, if you knew Charles, hence you see all the Marvel comics, you see the DC comics. He was a comic guy and a costume guy. These are all his Ironbound shirts, along with the Superman shirt in the middle. So, Tammy, that is wow. There's some socks in there. There's also some gym towels in there, because he had a tendency to take some out the door. I'm just saying. So, but thank you all for being here. I said our goal for tonight is to celebrate Charles. He's a wonderful, genuine person. Hopefully, through all of our positive stories, we leave here in a better place. We know Charles is in a good place, and he's doing well. We know that. But if you'd like to share a few words at this time, it's appropriate. But I would like to introduce his sister, there's Agnes, and his brother, Anthony. I think they want to say a few words. So, welcome Anthony and Agnes. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And then after they go, anyone else wants to say a few words, you're more than welcome to. That's what we're here for. Thank you all for coming in. To everyone who took their time to donate, the support has been overwhelming. I keep using that word for all of this. People brought, donated to all this, and thank you all very much for doing that. And thanks for coming here for Charles. All right.
Thank you for showing out for my brother tonight. Charles, he's going to be really good. He already is. I'll be sitting around and I'll be like, oh, Charles. And I think, you excellent. And my family just want to thank everyone for coming out, for all your support. It's a really great turnout. I feel like my son and my sister. And come on, Agnes. I was going to tell y'all a story, but I'm sure Agnes is going to plug in what she has to say.
Hello, those who probably recognize me, I'm Agnes. I'm pretty much Charles the Drag. Story to that Charles dressed up like when we were in college, came in second. But you didn't spell the broad correctly. The story that Anthony probably wants to tell you about was when Charles was born, Anthony was delighted to have a little brother, so much so that he lotioned Charles all the way down. And as for Charles has always been talkative in his ways. As a matter of fact, Anthony being 3 years older, was outdoors playing in the snow in Kentucky. How he told my mother is that he pulled mom's dress and directed her towards the window. And pretty much Anthony had this love-hate relationship with Charles for talent and spilling the beans on and spoiling his playtime. But I came into the picture, and Charles wanted a puppy. Settle for a baby sister. And he came to love me. And so did Anthony. And Anthony and Charles to this day said they convinced me that I was a boy, that they found me in the tree. And they just taught me how to walk and to talk and meditate until I looked like him. So having brothers and having older brothers it's been a treat. But I am going to miss Charles, and I'm going to miss all of our 20 type conversations that we shared and had in life. The superhero is super theme is kind of apropos because we did watch quite a bit of Super Friends growing up, and Zan and Jana, we would compare ourselves to Zan and Jana, the Wonder Twin, and Charles would always say, "Well, you're twins, Agnes is the dumb one, and I'm the smart one." He didn't let me forget that either. So I am going to miss that, and he was a great big brother, and I am going to miss that. And I also want to thank everyone for coming out today and showing the love for Charles. You know, Charles had a great big heart, and Charles had a wonderful soul. You know, he had a sense of humor. We all love his sense of humor, but he also had great stories. I'm going to pass the microphone to my nephew, Anthony.
Good evening, everybody. Anthony, nephew, and seeing everyone here that's me, and a lot of people. My Uncle Charles is special. In these situations, you can step back and reflect how affected your life, and as I look around, I can see everybody knows he had a lot of superheroes that he passed to me. When I was a kid, I used to tie last time around my neck. He's Batman, and he went. Sorry about that. I was tired of up with that. He's Batman, and he would play along with it. He would play along with it, and I always think of that time. Funniest Uncle Charles story is there was this Disney Channel movie I watched. It was about rollerbladers, and it looked so great. Yeah, it was so cool to me as a kid that I thought I'd rollerblade. So Uncle Charles was with me, so we went to Kmart, we bought the rollerblades, everything, I laced up. I think I rollerbladed for like 2 seconds before I fell. And I took the skates off, and he was like, "Come on, let's try again." I was like, "No, I'm not doing it." Wasted his money and everything, but it didn't make me feel bad. That was just his kind of spirit. And I know if you wanted to do something, he would push you through it, and he would try to get you there. That's just what my uncle was. So I appreciate all the moments.